Well, what's up, guys? And I am gonna react some videos. Just like hold on. Looking for never mind. Okay, Parranda.
Girls, I've decided it's time to finally turn my life around and go on a diet. Tomorrow.
Fucking you.
Hey guys, this is my mom. Hello. 안녕하세요.
Fucking to what?
안녕하세요.
I will understand forever. I just react some scary things.
How's that possible? Like, she should have been falling.
React to that one.
Okay, there you go. But you should have fallen a long time ago.
25 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. Hey there, YouTube. Don't try to prove me wrong and say, like, you want these things to be alive, because let's be honest here, if these things were still alive today, we'd probably all be eaten. Extinction has been a fact of life since long before the dinosaurs took their first steps across the planet. A species can die out for a variety of reasons, from human encroachment to changes in climate. It stings, yes, but it is a necessary part of evolution. There are plenty of creatures that would have ensured humanity would not have survived if they were still around. From giant scorpions to a snake the size of a bus, here are 25 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. Again, don't lie and say you want them. Let's begin, shall we? Number 25, Pleurosaurus. The largest living croc on record measured 23 feet. For reference, that's twice as long as some cars. So when we tell you that it was tiny in comparison to the prehistoric Pleurosaurus, you can appreciate what that means. This animal grew to 42 feet long. It also snacked on other crocs, dinosaurs, and possibly the very first human ancestors. That's a little too late classic for me. Number 24, Pulmonscorpius. Scorpions! They're creepy, they're crawly, and they can be fatally dangerous to humans depending on the species. Pulmonscorpius was a terrifyingly giant scorpion from the oxygen-rich Vasian period. At 3 feet long, this bad boy ate anything it wanted, including smaller scorpions, and could have boasted quite a powerful sting. We can definitely be glad this bug got squashed long ago and can only be seen in Fallout nowadays. Number 23, Megalodon. Come on, you know you had to put this bad boy on here. Jaws ain't got nothing on this oceanic giant. Megalodon was the largest predator to have ever lived and measured 60 feet or more with a maximum estimated weight of 60 tons. It used 7-inch teeth to snack on whales and even other sharks. It's believed by some people that this ancient animal is still alive somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. I hope not. I mean, I don't want to go into the ocean and get snacked on. That wouldn't be good. Number 22, Dunkleosteus. At 20 to 30 feet long and weighing up to 4 tons, Dunkleosteus was nothing like your childhood goldfish. I mean, unless your goldfish was that long and had hyper-carnivorous jaws. Man, that's scary. This carnivorous fish stalked our planet's oceans millions of years before the first dinosaurs, eating whatever it could fit inside its massive jaws. Instead of teeth, however, this monster had a scissor-sharp set of plates with a bite force of around 8,000 pounds per square inch. That's the same as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, just a heads up. Number 21, Ratzilla. 3 million years ago, everything was big. Birds were big, bugs were big, even sloths were big, but did you know that the rats were big too? With a nearly 2-foot-long skull and a body the size of a bison, this rodent was huge. Had a bite force of 950 pounds, by the way. It's scary. Its teeth could also take 3 times that stress, suggesting that this animal used those chompers for more than just chewing. Like gnawing off your leg, for example. Yeah, let that sink in. Number 20, Megalania. Imagine you find yourself face to face with a 200-pound, 8-foot-long Komodo dragon. Its jaws open and dripping its deadly poison, ready to bite you. Now, imagine it 20 feet long and over 1,000 pounds, and it becomes easy to see why humanity can be glad that Megalania has since gone extinct. Even its name means ancient giant butcher, and this ancient Australian animal was certainly that. Number 19, terror bird. Ornithobia, or the irrational fear of birds, is a very real phobia. However, I think we can all agree that North America's terror birds were truly frightening. At up to 10 feet tall and over half a ton, this flightless bird was a force to be reckoned with. With its razor-sharp beak and legs strong enough to shatter bone, we might not exist if this horse-eating ostrich was still around. Number 18, Titanoboa. Thank the heavens there were about 58 million years separating us and the largest known snake to have ever slithered its way across the planet. No, we're not talking about the basilisk from Harry Potter or anything like that. This is what's native to South America. Titanoboa grew up to over 40 feet long and weighed in at just over a ton. Like its modern-day relatives, it killed through constriction and was so big it ate crocodiles and could have easily swallowed a man without batting an eye. Number 17, Megapiranha. It sounds like a cheesy horror movie. In fact, I think it is actually a cheesy horror movie. But Megapiranha was a 4-foot flesh-eating fish that lived in what is now South America. Now, 4 feet might not sound very big, but pound for pound, this fish had one of the strongest bite forces around at the time and could have easily torn the flesh off much larger animals. A modern piranha can chomp off a toe. What happens when Megapiranha takes a bite? Number 16, Jeclopotyrus. At 8 feet long, Jeclopotyrus has earned the title of the largest anthropod ever to be discovered. This aquatic animal used its foot and a half-long claw to launch out of hiding places and tear its prey limb from limb. Human beings could hardly have stood a chance against such a formidable predator. Number 15, Andrewsarchus. The people of Mongolia are lucky that Andrewsarchus isn't around today. Essentially a 4,000-pound hyena, this omnivorous creature fed on pretty much anything it wanted to. Nicknamed the Velociraptor of the East Song period, it measured 6 feet at the shoulder and was 12 feet long from nose to tail. Ironically, its closest living relatives are sheep and goats. No wonder goats eat everything. Number 14, Leviathan Melville. Oh my god, that is terrifying. That's terrifying. At a maximum of 60 feet long, the Leviathan wasn't the biggest whale ever. In fact, it was about the size of a sperm whale, but what really made this meat eater was its jaws. At 14 inches of flesh-tearing, bone-crushing power, its teeth were bigger than a T-Rex's and twice the size of megalodons. This thing ate sharks for breakfast and could have made short work of many a boat if it hadn't died out 8.9 million years ago. Number 13, Adestus. Okay, this one isn't so much as terrifying as it is creepy looking. Apparently Mother Nature decided that sharks weren't scary enough when she invented this 20-foot fish. E. giganteus was basically the shark version of Edward Scissorhands. With a single line of teeth in each jaw, this animal was a great wide-sized pair of the shears. Unlike modern sharks, it couldn't shed its teeth as they wore down. Plus, how did it swallow? Hey, that's why it went extinct. Couldn't really swallow because of the teeth. Then moving on. Number 12, Carbonimus. The biggest snapping turtles of today have an upper range somewhere around a couple hundred pounds and about 3 feet long. Carbonimus, on the other hand, was a predatory turtle that grew to the size of a car and weighed over a ton. With a head the size of a football and usually strong jaws, it would have had no trouble crushing other turtles, crocodiles, or a human skull. Number 11. Entelodon. Entelodon might have looked like a cow-sized warthog, but this massive mammal was actually more closely related to hippos and whales than your typical barnyard swine. It was incredibly fast and had a huge head, and boasted one of the strongest bite forces of any mammal ever. Fun fact, Entelodon's muscle configuration made it impossible for this animal to hold on to any prey it may have caught, but it didn't need to. All it needed was one bite. Number 10, Smilodon. At 3 feet tall and 650 pounds, Smilodon was slightly smaller, but much heavier than today's lions. This animal wasn't fast, nor did it have much stamina. It even had a surprisingly weak bite. However, it hunted by launching itself from trees and using its powerful forearms to pull its prey to the ground. It likely worked in groups with multiple members holding down larger animals long enough for the one of them to deliver a fatal bite with 11-inch canine teeth designed to tear through major arteries. Number 9, the Mosasaurus. Made famous by the 2015 movie Jurassic World, Mosasaur was a formidable marine reptile. When a drop in the ocean's oxygen levels wiped out the competition, this animal took the opportunity to evolve from a 3-foot lizard into a 60-foot whale of a monster. It weighed as much as 30,000 pounds and was the top predator of its time. The thing ate dinosaurs for crying out loud. But unfortunately not Indominus Rex. You know, since he's not real. or alive anymore. Or maybe she is. We just have to wait till the next movie. Ooh. Number 8, Pelagornis Sanders. With a 24-foot wingspan and a weight of 88 pounds, Pelagornis Sanders was the largest flying bird ever. It was so large that the only way it could get airborne was to throw itself off of cliff sides and ride the wind. Its beak had jagged points called pseudoteeth, and it was big enough to snap a human head clean off. Number 7, Caprisuchus. Caprisuchus was an ancient reptile whose name literally meant boar crocodile. Grew up to 20 feet long with a large blunt head. It could use as a battering ram, by the way. Let that sink in. Not to mention teeth so big it evolved notches in its jaw just to be able to close its mouth. Imagine coming across that thing on the beach. That wouldn't be no sandcastle make you take. Number 6, Camarasaurus. While it might have looked like a giant ice cream cone, Camarasaurus was an enormous shelled cephalopod not dissimilar to today's octopus and squid. Nobody knows just how long their tentacles actually were, but considering the fact that their shells alone were estimated to be 20 feet long, we can be certain we're glad we never have to meet one. Number 5, Helicoprion. Now imagine a great white with bottom row of teeth that could snap out like a whip to hook prey and drag it back to its powerful jaws. It's kind of like a goblin shark with a great white. Man, that actually sounds even worse. Sounds like something a 5-year-old would make up, but Helicoprion was a real shark that existed 290 million years ago. It was 40 feet long and swipes up anything it could sink its teeth into. No doubt it could have given divers a run for their money. Number 4, Short-Faced Bear. The South American short-faced bear was the largest bear to have ever lived. At 3,500 pounds and standing over 11 feet tall on its hind legs, it was the top predator of its time. Not only was this bear the biggest thing around, but it had the strongest bite of any land mammal. No doubt it put those jaws to better use than trying to get picnic baskets. Number 3, Marsupial Lion. The marsupial lion was one of the most efficient killing machines the animal kingdom has ever seen. At 200 pounds and 2.5 feet at the shoulder, it was the largest predatory mammal Australia has ever seen. However, it's not their size that made these powerful possums so deadly. It was the way they killed. Using powerful forearms and retractable thumb claws, they held down their prey and tore through its windpipe. We're not really sure why this one died out, but we're pretty glad it did. Number 2, the dire wolf. About the size of the modern gray wolf, a dire wolf might not have looked like much from the outside, but what makes us truly glad this predator isn't around anymore is its jaws. Its teeth weren't just large, they put the punch behind a powerful bite. In fact, the dire wolf had the strongest bite of any canine. Number 1, Gigantopithecus. Considering the fact that Gigantopithecus would have been the real-life version of Bigfoot, we can only hope this one is truly extinct. This early cousin of mankind stood 10 feet tall and was more powerful than a gorilla. Considering modern apes are insanely strong compared to humans and have even been known to wage war between different groups, it's a good thing this one died out 100,000 years ago. And that's been 25 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. What'd you think? Which one was your favorite? Is there an animal we might have missed? Let us know in the comments below and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like the one you're watching now. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all future videos from this channel. Well, it's certainly not October just...
You guys, comment below if one of the animals are your favorites. My favorite one, it is the scorpion.
That is you. It's not being fabulous. He's fabulous.
It's time to play. Who's infected? Is it me? You, me? If there's one thing in this house I know how to do, it's how to cook. All right? What are you making? Fire over there?
You see this person? You guys should subscribe to him.
I'm sure I hear what you
I've watched him. His name is WHACKYCAST. And you see that? No.
I want to cut this guy up.
Oh, yeah?
Look at how adorable he is. Look at... Oh, God. No, don't fall on the floor. Okay.
Hey there, buddy. Hi. Can I?
Of the pelvic vein
I don't
differs
care.
between
I don't give a crap.
in the
I can
male,
probe him.
the medial
Look at him. This is so adorable. Dum 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 dum. All right. Can I please? Can I?
population,
Yes. Population. Good thing. Predator. That's that one. Nice.
anal,
Anal. She said anal. Oh boy, what is this? Anal fin location. Ah, it's a tiny little fin. Now we get to touch stuff. Okay, finally we get into the good stuff. So we get the probe and we need to touch the dorsal surface. Dorsals? Let's poke it. This is the ventral surface right here. I don't need her to tell me that. Isn't that right, buddy? Why do I need a probe to touch him? Why can't I lick him or something? There you go. Poke. Okay. Placoid. Are you a placoid? You're flamboyant. Can I please look at you a little bit? Look at me looking. Oh my god. Okay. He is one special species, that thing.
touch it.
Touch it. Oh, she just went touch it. Okay. I need to probe it. I need to probe it. There you go. You know what? We had some fun with the frog while I was cutting him up. Can I not cut this fish up? Please. What do I need to do now? Do I need to cut the... Ooh, okay. I think I need to cut the fish up. I didn't actually listen to her. Probably, you know, I don't care. Scalpel. I can't cut him up, doctor. Something's wrong with him. Oh no, maybe I need to cut him up. There you go. This is cut. Cut him up good. Cut the fish up good. Cut his mouth. I can't cut the fish up. Help me, doctor. Cutting along the lateral line. Nope. She does not want me to cut along the lateral line. That does not work. How many times do I need to cut the fish? Turn his belly. There you go. I'm cutting alongside his belly. Yes, sensitive nerve receptors all over the shark. Hey there, I'm looking at you again. Aren't you going to say some smart comment about that?
Nerve receptors.
Yes, nerve receptors. Let me cut him up. How do I cut him up? That's the rostrum, the pointed snout. Yes, I need to poke it with the probe. Pokey. How do I think it benefits the shark? I'm thinking, you know, if it runs into a wall, it's just gonna bonk and bounce straight off it. Is that correct?
Water resistance.
Reduces water resistance, so I was really far off. I need to touch the nostrils with the probe. Why am I probing this shark so much? Pokey. Oh, aren't you getting annoyed by the fact that I'm skipping and just playing around with the shark as I want to?
Many other animals.
Literally just skipping away. I want to. Can I touch it? Can I cut it open? I want to cut it open. Jesus, she's taking way too long with the cutting. Touch them with your probe. Oh, we need to touch the nostrils. Good job. Maintain balance. What kind of balance do you need underwater anyway? You're just floating about. I need to touch something with the... Why am I touching things with the probe all the time? Do I get to cut it open now?
Your shark also has gill slits.
Gill slits.
Probe.
Touch them with your probe. Got it. I'm going to touch the gill slits with my probe. I want to cut it open. Let me cut it open. What? Yes, I'm ready to cut it open.
5.
What do you mean 5? Hello? High 5. Oh god, I can actually stretch the mouth pretty good. Look at that. You are a stretchy little boy, aren't you? Let me cut it up. What's this? I don't understand. Good thing. Oh, freaking hell. Do I need to... Oh boy, okay, whatever. Let's just do this real quick. I'm assuming I'm not gonna get even one right. Not even one. Please, Homo, don't. I don't know why that's so funny. Oh boy, that took me almost 8 hours to do.
Good job.
Thank you. It was basically trial and error. You know, I just plunked stuff over there, clicked the question mark, everything disappeared. I did it like wrong 10 times. The elimination thing. That's what I did. All right, let's just cut it open. I want to cut it open. Yes, good thing. Okay, now we get to the cutting parts. Cutting parts, yes? Dissecting tray. Boy, here we go. Now we get to cut the shark. Oh, I can't actually move it. All right, so let's take the scalpel. Here we go. I'll make a cut. So now we need to use the scissors. And snippity. That doesn't work. Okay. Oh, I need to cut. Never mind. All right, scalpel. There you go. And
Bro, that is you.
From the time I click the button to the time I go off, it's probably just strings of embarrassment.
scalpel. Nice, brilliant.
Make the last lateral incision just anterior to the pelvic vein.
She's talking English that I don't even understand, but I'm assuming I need to cut near the anus. Why didn't you just say so? Now I need to grab stuff and I need to pull it off. Here we go. Oh, so this is the way the fish looks from the inside. Human torso. they are not alike at all. Okay, this is a fish, it breathes water. That's a human. It's dumb and watches this video. Okay, what do I need to do now? Oh, I need to cut some more. Okay, not the probe, the scalpel. Scalpel. There you go. Oh, I get to touch the liver with my hands. Oh, and I can observe it. I think that's the specimen tray. I don't know what the specimen tray is. She didn't tell me. Or maybe she did. I just ignored her. So I need to pick this up and put it in the mammal. It sank to the bottom. Oh, so now I need to cut something off the Alright, so let's get the scalpel. Cut a bit of sharpness off. Why can't I just put this whole thing in there? Just like that. I didn't even cut it yet. I dropped it on the floor. 5-second rule, right? Okay, I'm gonna put this over there. Brilliant. Now what I need to do next, let me cut up some more stuff, man. This is so nasty, this. Looking at a shark through it. I'll follow the incision line with my scalpel. Okay, get my scalpel here real quick. Let's cut this open here. Nice. There you go. I cut it open real good. Didn't I, doctor? So now I need to remove the organs with the forceps. Got it? I just pinch and grab. Just like my pee-pee. It's a snake! Make a cut through the wall and extend down to the stomach. Alright? Oh no, I need to cut this part. Okay. Alright. There you go. Cutty. This goes into so much depth, this game. I love it. I don't want to touch them with my probe. I want to touch them with my... That is nasty. It looks like a JJ. Okay, I think. I don't know. Probe. Okay, put this. Whoopee. I'm trying to probe it. Nice. Good thing. Moving foods to the stomach. That's something I understand. I need to probe it again. I like this game because you cannot do it wrong. Okay? If you're a complete idiot, like test subject number A standing in front of you, you're not going to be in trouble because you can just do the wrong things all the time and then she'll be kind enough to tell you that you're an idiot and she's going to tell you how to do it the correct way. Poke it with my probe. Before I poke stuff with my probe, I just want to take a quick second and look outside, okay? We're underwater. Okay, why are we underwater, doctor? Why is there... Do we see fish in there? Freaking amazing. Okay, right, I need to poke it with my probe. Forceps! She said forceps. I need to cut that open. Alright, so the scalpel cuts right along that line, and now we get to remove this, which is a tiny mushroom. Gosh, how smart are you? I need to cut stuff with my scalpel again. Do I need to cut stuff on this? Where do I need to cut? Here? I'll place it on the special... Oh! This... I need to cut this open and look at it from... Okay, whatever. Let's just... There you go. Okay, cut it open. Oh, I need to... Okay, forceps. Got it. Or like, no, scissors. Okay. I cut it open real... Oh, I don't give a crap about what it does. It looks nasty as hell and get that shit out of my face.
Another organ that is visible.
Why are you so loud all of a sudden, huh?
This dark organ.
I'll grab it with my forceps. Okay, I need to cut it open first. I need to use the scalpel. Scalpel. I need somebody to help me with this. I need somebody to give me stuff when I'm here, dissecting a fish.
Lay it on the specimen tray.
I did that because I'm a smart guy.
Rectal gland.
Rectal gland! Oh, I know what rectum is. Do I need to poke it with my probe? I'll poke the rectum with my probe, alright. Watch me probe. So now I need to grab it and I need to put it on the tray. Okay, I don't think I need to cut this crap. No, this is a little worm if anything is. Okay, are you happy with me, doctor? Where'd you go? No, not questions again. Which organ contains the fillet? How the hell do I know that? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know where I should go. Stomach. No. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know. That one. No. Yes! I did it, doctor! Nice! I'm a class A student. Oh god. Which one of these is not digestive in the spleen? Yes! Ah! Which organ makes bile? I don't know what bile is. The rectal... No, it's the pancakes. That's what does it. No. Gallbladder! No! The rectal gland! Yes! Because the rectal gland will poop out the crap that we don't need. Or the shark doesn't need. Whatever. Oh my god. The correct path that food takes. Mouth, stomach, ass, toilet, cleaning factory. Nothing starts with the mouth here. So all of these are wrong.
Don't text me and tell us
doctor, okay? Who's the idiot? Stomach. So it needs to end in the colon. So that's the one. No. That's the one. Yes. Yes. I'm smart. Let me cut some more stuff up. Oh, I see an incision I need to make. I need to cut along that with the scissors. Snippy, snippy, snappy, snoopy. Yes, I'll do the same on the other side, because I'm not an idiot. Now I need to lift it up with the forceps. Ah! I have a jaw part. That's nasty. Is that what's inside of a shark? I'm examining it. I need to poke it with my probe. I like poking stuff with a probe. Touch something with my probe. Move it. There you go. I'm touching everything. That's the heart? Isn't the heart supposed to be somewhere over here? This shark is a little bit wonky on the inside, if you know what I mean. Alright, so now I need to cut the heart open by making incisions. And that means, you know, cutting it with the scissors, of course, because we're not done. There you go. And now I need to lift it out with my forceps. You don't need to tell me to do that, because I know that. I need to touch something with my forceps and probes again. Boopy! I touched the chamber with a probe already. Now I need to touch something else. Boop! Why do I need to touch stuff all the time? You nasty! She's telling me to touch more stuff. Alright, have I touched everything now? No, oh boy, freaking hell. I need to do this again. Look at her smiling. Look! She knows I'm an idiot. Okay, oxygen. Oh boy. Alright, oxygen over there. Brilliant! I'm smart!
Nice job.
Thank you. Oh, next system? No, I want to cut some more crap open. Look at this little boy. He wants me to cut him open. Good! Okay, what do I need to do now? Or you just like watching stuff getting touched, huh? Lady. Locate the pair testes. That ain't no testes. Do I need to touch it with my probe again? I'm not supposed to touch it with my probe. I'm supposed to cut it open with the scissors. There you go. And then I need to use the forceps to get it out, because my hands are apparently too shaky.
Efferent ductal.
I use efferent, yes. Good thing. Seminal vesicles. You sound so smart. Touch it with my probe. Right. First you sound so incredibly smart, and then you go, now touch it with your probe. Sperm! Oh, now you're talking my language. What is this diagram? Human kidney. Right, where's the sperm you're talking about? How sperm transferred from the male to the female? It's the penis. That's what happens. I don't care. Dorsal groove. I'll give you my dorsal groove. Oh my dear God. Gas station. No, we all know that females don't fart, so that goes to the male side. No, it doesn't. Epidemic urinus. Yes, and ophthalmosynchronous. Overduveranganus goes to the female, and the siphon goes to the male. Brilliant! I'm a smartass. Yes, last system. The PP. No, okay. Can I please cut? Oh, the shark is back. I can't pick him up. So now I need to cut him open over here. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna do some brain surgery on a shark. Yes, your cranium. Carefully remove the brain with forceps. Carefully. Where's the hammer? That brain looks like a snail.
The largest part
Penis?
of the shark.
Touch it with your probe. I'm touching all the stuff with a probe, man. She's just asking me to probe stuff all the time. You like that, Mr. Shark? I'm probing you real good.
Okay.
Okay, what controls the smell? That's probably in the front here. There you go. No, it's not. It's probably over here, yeah. Okay, there you go.
And sometimes it doesn't do it all.
Guys, comment below if you guys want to see more. So,
I mean, I'll do it at Claire's, but